guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Alexis Nicole with the Nurse Nook. So I wanted to do a video to share my experience in the NICU. So if you don't know what the NICU is, it's the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit. Sorry if I'm like squinting looking at the camera. I just got my eyes dilated and they're like super sensitive to light. So I'm like really struggling to keep them open. So anyways, the NICU. If you've watched a couple of my videos, you probably know that my goal is to be a neonatal nurse practitioner, which are practitioners that work in NICUs, neonatal intensive care units, with the really preemie babies that were born too early, babies that have trouble transitioning to life outside of the room. There's a lot of different reasons why baby would be in the NICU, but most of the reasons are because they're related to being preemies. So I almost didn't get the experience to have an observation day in the NICU. I'm currently in maternity child nursing, and in that I get a OB rotation and I also get a peds rotation, and it's 3 days in OB and 4 days in peds, or 3 days in peds. I think it's 3 and 3. Don't quote me on that. But anyways, the first day I was in postpartum, which was very boring for me. The second day was labor and delivery, which was so cool. I got to see a C-section, I got to see triage. That was really fun. And then my third day was NICU, and I almost didn't get the experience to do NICU because there were 8 people in a group and only 4 got the opportunity to go to NICU. I was like, oh my gosh, Lord, please, like, let me get NICU. You know, this is what I want to do. And when the teacher called my name, I was like, look at God. Yes, I was so excited. I was like, I'm sorry y'all, but like I really wanted this rotation. So my experience in the NICU, it's a locked unit, so when you first walk in you have to be swiped in because people do try to steal babies, believe it or not. And you have to scrub in for like a minute. It's not like a surgical scrub, but you have to, there's like a huge sink and you have to wash your hands for like a good minute. There's a clock with a timer because you don't want to bring all these germs into this environment where all these babies are with like really immature immune systems. You want to keep it as clean as can be. So I scrubbed in, and then I was paired with a nurse. And my nurse has been a NICU nurse since like 1987, so she has like quite a few years under her belt in the NICU. And she still loves what she does. She still is passionate about it after this long, which made me like so excited to do it. I'm like, this is gonna be me when I'm like 50 years old. Still excited to wipe little baby butts. So the NICU I was in was a level 1 NICU. So the babies there weren't super critical. A lot of them were being discharged soon. But NICUs typically go to level 3. It's level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 3 is like the super high acuity NICU with like the super micro preemie babies that are like this big. That's what level 3 is all about. And 2 is in between 1 and 3, obviously, which is a step up from semi-healthy babies, but not quite like super critical ill. I know I could explain this better, but I can't find the words for it. So I was at a level 1, and the babies there were being discharged within like a couple of days. I actually had one discharged while I was there. And it was kind of sad, but still a happy environment. I had a few babies that were there that were withdrawing from drugs that their mothers were on while they were pregnant with them. And my other baby that was there was transferred to this hospital because he was breathing really fast and they wanted to have a closer observation on him. Some of the cases are really sad when you hear the stories, but for me, being with the babies and seeing them wasn't sad for me. Like, I obviously know that they're sick and there's something wrong with them, but it still was like happy environment for me. Like, I was still happy to be there. I was still happy to take care of them. I got to see an emergency C-section where the baby was brought in because they weren't transitioning well to life outside of the womb, and they had to be intubated and fluid taken out of their stomach, and it was all really cool. Like, my day there just solidified like how much I really want to do NICU. It's not just all about, you know, changing diapers and feeding babies. All the nursing elements are still there. You still have to take vitals on your babies, blood pressure. The blood pressure cuffs are like this big and you put them around their little calf muscles. They're so cute. Anyways, you're still taking vital signs, you're still assessing them constantly, and there's just different things that you have to look for than you would an adult. So some people think like, oh, it's just like a nursery. It's not like that. You're still using your nursing skills in the NICU. These babies are super critical. They can crash at any minute. You still need to be on top of your game there. Unfortunately, I didn't get the chance to observe any neonatal nurse practitioners there, but I did see a few doctors, and I was talking a lot to the nurses, and they gave me like a lot of good information about the profession. So if you're thinking about being a NICU nurse, I highly suggest trying to get a rotation in the NICU if you can. If not, maybe like email a manager on a unit and see if they'll allow you to shadow a nurse for a day. Like anything you can to get that experience, because you really don't know how something is until you actually experience it, because people can like say, oh, it's this, it's that, but it could be totally different from what you perceive it as when you're there. So that was my experience in the NICU. Thank you guys for listening. Stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.